the Supervisors' regular meeting. The first item on the agenda is to approve minutes from August 30th, 2016, regular meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 1.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the minutes? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are approved. The second item on the agenda is to receive and place on file any drainage repairs. I have none. You have any, Carol? All right. Moving on to item number 3, to accept and place on file the hiring and employment of Jacqueline Joel, dental hygienist, effective September 8th, 2016, at the rate of $30 per hour, per recommendation of Carrie Prescott, Director of Public Health.
Mr. Chairman, I move the hiring of Ms. Joel.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 3 carries. Item number 4 is to accept and place on file the resignation of Andrew Thoma, OHV Park Attendant, effective August 26th, 2016.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
See that part-time guy?
I believe it's a shared decision. It's seasonal too, so that would be one. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 4 carries. Item number 5, receive and place on file manure management plan update for Allen Seal in section 22, Reading Township, Calhoun County.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 5. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the manure management plan? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 5 carries. Item number 6, approve funding in the amount of Item number 6 is to approve the funding in the amount of $6,000 to cover participation costs and some travel costs for the Growth Alliance to attend the 2016 European Forum for Industrial Biotechnology and Bioeconomy.
Wow. Join them. Mr. Chairman, I move item 6.
Motion and a second. Kelly?
Hi.
This is your item.
Yeah. I know. I didn't realize it's that way. I'm requesting funding to participate in the European Forum on Industrial Biotech in Glasgow, Scotland. We are participating with the Iowa Economic Development Authority. Debbie Durham, the director, will be there. There's probably at least a dozen companies that we have been working with and are currently working with. Trying to keep from the stairs. So we will have meetings with them as well as in Amsterdam with a couple projects that we've met with before for the Iowa's Crossroads local location.
Any questions or comments on item number 6? Okay. Nope. If not, item, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 6 carries.
Thank you, John.
Item number 7, approve request for abatement of taxes, costs, interest, and special assessments for parcel number 07183090002, tax sale certificate number P110006 that was assigned to Anthony Ezeko Jr.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to pay the taxes for review parcel.
I have a motion and a second. Janet, do you want to tell us what this is?
This is one of our county health certificates that that was assigned to him, and now he's also taken deed to it, and now he wants the taxes to be waived on it.
And how long did the county hold this?
This is 2011.
Any questions or comments on item number 7?
This follows the same procedure we do on all others.
Yes.
And he purchased it for the full price.
He purchased it for, I think it was,
I don't know the amount, so that's why I was curious.
no, I think it was one that he came, that he wanted to, no, I think
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 7 carries. Item number 8, approve and authorize chair to sign a utility permit for Mid-American Energy to install new underground gas service to BHJ USA Inc. at 2472 170th Street in Section 9, Township 89 North, Range 28 West, Cooper Township.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 8. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Randy?
Unless you have any questions, did the board under D14 or 170, 2-inch line, everything's in order.
Any questions or comments from the floor? Any from the table? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8 carries. Item number 9 concerns citizens from Clare area to discuss construction permit application process.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move this item to citizens opportunity to address the board by design on the agenda. Pull that and move that.
Okay. All right, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next item on the agenda is citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda. Please step forward to the podium, state your name and your address.
My name is Terry Lawler. I'm from the Clare area. I live at 1673 130th Street. We're here again. We're expressing our concerns of this proposed facility that wants to build in our community. And as we stated before, our concerns are water quality, air quality, the nuisance of the manure, the nuisance of the flies. And those concerns haven't changed since our last meeting. We're kind of at a point, at this time, we're wondering what our next option is and what we need to do and where we go from here. So that's what we're asking input.
Daryl, do you want to explain the process when somebody submits it and the timelines and the deadlines so everybody knows how to move forward?
DNR requires that we give published notice of receiving the construction permit application, and that any concerned citizens have the right to file comments in the auditor's office, or of course review the construction permit in the auditor's office up to a time certain. And that's the date before generally the board takes action on the construction permit application. So all of your comments need to be filed with the auditor's office before the board takes action. No.
And the date for our hearing is
April 20th.
No, it's the 20th.
20th, so we would need all comments in writing prior to the 20th.
That is Monday at 4:30 when you close up.
Then I think what's probably going to happen, Terry, is that the board will be making our own evaluation of matrix and scoring that. And then we will take and make a motion as to whether we agree with the company's matrix numbers or disagree. And then we will send that and all the comments that the citizens would file in May. We'll send that on to the DNR. And the DNR has the ultimate say as to whether they're going to grant the permit or deny it. They didn't do that the last time around because the permit was pulled at the request of the applicant. So the DNR never made a decision. So we did all that, we made all of our observations, did our own evaluation of the matrix, filed it. DNR didn't folks can give us, I think it has more effect if it is in writing of some sort. We can submit that with the application, and then we have to see what the DNR's ultimate decision is. Unfortunately, that's the way the law is written, and that's what we have to contend with.
So the scoring on that second matrix scoring is either such scoring again.
Correct, that is their scoring. Then we will take our own evaluation of that scoring, and that's what we did last time. And we disagreed on things, and that scoring is kind of a subjective thing, kind of an objective thing. So, there's some gray area in there, so.
Yeah, because I was going through just briefly, the new scoring, and they changed two areas. Is all they changed. Barely passed the first time, increased by 5 points this time. So,
They have a reason to do that. They only go to 440 because if they go any more, they have to do everything they say they're gonna do over those points. So they try to, once they get to 440, that's usually all they do.
okay.
Because if they add anything, like they added the closure statement, now they have to do the closure statement before they even have to have that.
So that's for the life of that stuff.
Right.
All right, anything else, sir?
No, I guess, other than, we do appreciate your support the first vote. And I'm not opposed to agriculture, I farm myself, but we like the fact that we get a voice in this process also. And that's, we appreciate the board supervisors support the first time. So that's all I, comments I have at this time.
Thanks, Terry. Anybody else?
If you submitted, say, sheet, my name is William Patz, 1447 150th Street, Clare, Iowa. I have a question. If you already submitted sheets of paper saying, and Carol submitted our timestamp to me, we have to do it for every application. So this application, if we gave one before, we have to do it for this one. And if that one doesn't get approved, we got to do it for the next one after that then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was the only question I had. Thank you.
Anything? Anybody else?
I have a general question. Do you, what is I know the timetable that you have, maybe you submitted the DNR. What is their timetable, and do they provide an opportunity for the public? Or do they just receive this and process it and let you know? Or is there items they put on the agenda or what?
60 days after we return it to them to review it, I believe.
Okay.
And then the permit's good for 2 years?
I believe 2 years. And to my knowledge, to answer your question, there's nothing after that.
But they have up to, once you get it to their desk, they have 60 days. And there's not a DNR process where they'll let you know they're going to review it and discuss it and put it on an agenda or anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I believe they just review what they are given.
Okay.
And to me, the first time around, they were given a matrix by the company. We rescored it and gave them our side of the thing. They were reviewing those two things. And in my opinion, the company must have decided that they wanted to withdraw theirs and resubmit. And what they resubmitted didn't change very much, except for they did put in a lot more argument, I'd call it, for their side in writing for the DNR to approve. The other thing, just for everybody's knowledge, is under the system, unfortunately, in the rules and the writing and the laws, citizen input means nothing to the DNR. Now, with that said, I believe it has an effect. That's why we asked you guys to put it in writing. It's got to have some effect, but it's not part of the scoring. It's not part of any of their process. So we all have to kind of realize that too, that they have 60 days to review it. My understanding from the DNR is when they make their ruling, if they rule against the company, they're done, they have to reapply. And I understand that's what they normally will do. They'll again can go back and change the matrix and try and reapply possibly. If we lose the county, there is one final appeal process that we have 14 days to appeal the DNR's decision. Then it doesn't go back to the DNR, it goes to the Environmental Protection Agency of the state to make a finding. So that's kind of down the road process for us, but
Kind of stuck back here, so I'll just say it. Lori Ryle, Claire, Iowa, 1222 Garfield Avenue. Question being, what, as far as can we put in writing now, say we want to put something in the paper, say we want to post ads, say we want to do whatever we can to get the name and the word out here. I understand that our voice means nothing as far as what is concerned in the final decision, but we've had enough voice already. There's enough interest that we're going to make a stand against it. So legally, what can we do so we don't step on any toes and make it look bad for Claire or for the citizens or for the area being Lizard Creek or wherever we want to go? Are we allowed to post ads in the paper? Are we allowed to write letters to the editor? Besides our, everybody signing a petition, what can we do in the next couple of weeks?
maybe you should rely, my opinion would be, we can't give you legal advice.
Exactly. I understand that, and I totally understand that.
We can't direct you. I mean,
Right.
I think as a citizen, you probably have a right to do anything you really want to, but I would say you probably have to have an attorney guide you on that.
Yeah,
We're open, we can listen to everything in our meetings you guys want to say. We can take any documentation, any of your objections or emails, we can take all of that.
And if I was to make a recommendation on what might be effective is look at what are you gonna get the best bang for your investment in time or money or whatever. And I believe your strongest position is going to be environmental. And so look at the environmental impact and how it's going to affect, the whole area, and push those items, because that's really, I believe, what's going to have the most impact on whether it be the DNR or the Iowa
Yeah.
So that.
Well, I personally have posted certain items with regards to the environmental impact, and in 3 days, we've had over 10,000 views on that article alone. So it's there, and that's what we are going to focus on. It's not only in the environmental, but just the impact on the community.
I'd agree with Clark. I think the environmental, that's what we chose last time. Don't know what we'll do here in a couple of weeks, but we chose the environmental angle of it. I think that is really good advice to you. My other personal advice to you is, whatever you're doing, who are you directing it to? Think about who you're trying to affect, whether it's the DNR, Environmental Protection Agency, the company itself, us, whatever, think about who you need to impact.
Okay. And again, I reiterate what Terry said, we appreciate all your support and all your help, and we'll take what we can get at this point.
Do you want
I
to
didn't have anything really to add. I was going to say, the things that you mentioned, letters to the editor or advertisements, that's all protected speech by citizens. We would always be free to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Well, I'm Chair Campbell, I don't know if you received this or not, but I received the fax from the DNR staff who did the site visit the first time, Daniel Watterson, that he's not coming back out. He just wanted to verify we know what the application is, as noted here, it didn't change much. So they didn't feel they needed to come back out and do the site visit. The first time the application came in, they did come out on site, and that's typical of DNR because they want to make sure of, particularly the distances and so forth, that the applicant is claiming that they're correct in that before it proceeds.
I wonder if we can request it to.
We can ask.
They changed the river management a little bit, so they need to come right over to it.
I would
That's accurate.
Can you forward that to me? I didn't see it, so.
Yeah.
I guess
I wasn't there.
received it from
I wasn't there for the original inspection, but I I would wonder if we don't want a DNR to come out to see our argument, the points that we're putting in our argument. Maybe they don't need to, but
We need to have.
An ambush or?
yeah. Well,
Don't put that in the paper.
All right, any other questions or comments?
I guess I'm gonna be gone the 20th for the meeting, as I told residents of Claire that I'd love to be at that meeting, but we're gonna be on vacation, so I won't be there. But they know how I stand and they know I support it.
All right. Board of Supervisors committee reports.
I start this week.
Okay.
real quick, back to that last subject. You guys need to flood the room and the building on the 20th. I would presume that their side will be here with their attorneys and everybody. Make sure you get as many people here on the 20th as you can, but also reiterate the objections really are going to be more helpful in writing. So that's how I feel.
And if we have to, we can move the meeting to the.
Yeah, we'll move into a larger package.
All right. Motion to allow claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
So one of.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much for attending today. If anybody has any